Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of Brown Sugars, right? Is this episode 6?
I think we're on episode 6.
Okay.
We are busy bees.
Ew.
Welcome back to this week's video. What are we doing?
So we are making a list of 20 things we wish we knew before we turned 20. So, do you want to start it off?
We can, but let's taste the matcha. I'm a matcha babe. Look at it, we're like matching. We're vibing with the matcha. Let's get into it. Okay.
Don't forget to clink.
Okay. Wait. You gotta stir.
How come mine doesn't have a bend?
Because, I don't know. Okay, wait. Dang!
Sorry, I just couldn't stop.
Okay. It's giving, like, you liked it.
I did.
That was good. You're welcome.
Thank you.
I haven't had matcha in so long. I love matcha. Okay, let's get into it.
Okay.
Shall we? The first thing that I have on my list is that mistakes happen, so learn to be forgiving towards yourself, be kind and gentle. I think it's important to give yourself, kudos for like getting yourself to where you are in life. Not everything's gonna be perfect and happen exactly how it should be, and that's okay. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but as long as you can learn from your past mistakes, you're doing perfectly fine. Be kind to you.
Ooh, I like your nails.
Thank you. Look at it. It has like little water drops.
Water droplets.
Okay, next.
My first one is love and get to know yourself instead of spending time trying to love and get to know someone else. Just because you need to learn how to love to be by yourself, and take yourself out on dates, learning about your childhood traumas, learning about like your triggers. Like, you always spend so much time, like when you're in a relationship, focusing on the other person, like what the other person likes, and you focus on like their past, and you do research like about like how to help them and like support them in the best ways. But like, why don't you do that for yourself? You know what I mean?
Right.
I think people need to learn how to love themselves first before they can get into a relationship, because if you can't love, obviously you're showing love to someone else, but like that's the love that you should be showing to yourself. So that's my first one.
Period. I really like the way you said that, because it's true. People need to love who they are before they even think about welcoming someone else into their life.
Exactly. She said it.
Because it just sets them up for disaster. It just hurts you. You'll just get hurt in the end, too.
Yeah.
And you don't prioritize you first. My second one is acknowledge what you're feeling and find a solution, not a delusion.
Ooh.
Let that settle in for a second.
Oh, repeat that.
Let me see where it was. Acknowledge what you're feeling, find a solution, not a delusion. Don't put a Band-Aid on everything. Don't think you can just like bypass it, because you need to see things for what they are. And also, don't always give people the benefit of the doubt. And that's how they easily will take advantage of you, because they just think you're going to allow any kind of treatment. But anyway, this kind of goes into, as an example, say you see a red flag in a relationship. Don't just be like, oh no, that's not really a big deal. You're putting a Band-Aid over it, and you're not acknowledging that right in the moment. And you might just create like some weird delusion in your head that like you're okay with whatever you're experiencing in that relationship. Or even in another case, it's where like you're feeling some type of way, maybe like some type of family relationship or friendship, or just something in life happens, and you don't allow yourself to experience those feelings, and instead of finding a true solution to the problem, you're just like going through the motions, and you're not really dealing with it in the present, and then it just keeps piling up, and you have this like whole past right behind you, and it's still in the back of your mind. It's going to drag you back only. You're not going to be able to truly move forward, be happy, and live your life. So find a solution, not a delusion.
There we go. Worst high five ever.
Oh, we can try it again.
Okay.
Elbow. Wait, what? Period.
Okay. Okay, let's see. So my second one is don't live for others. So this goes like with
Hold on. Say that one more time.
Oh, don't live for others. Live for your mother freaking self. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have.
No, say it with your chest.
It's true though, and this goes for like all aspects of your life. Like, for example, like there's like parents. They always want. I understand like the parents always want like the best for their children, and like I feel like they force them to follow a path in life that they don't want to, and like such as like going to school to like be a lawyer or like a doctor or like just any high profession. Obviously like those are good, but if you have a passion for that, then of course like by all means like go towards that path, but don't do it just because like your parents are telling you to, because eventually you're going to stop going to school because you're realizing that you don't actually want to do this.
It's like not for you.
And also another part or like aspect in life that this could relate to is just like don't skip out on your dreams for like a relationship or like for a man or a woman. Like don't like say if they're moving like across the country or whatever, and like but you need to stay here and like follow your dreams and like your path, and they want you to do everything on their terms. It's like they want you to like be like fit into their life. They don't want you to like you don't want your lives to like collaborate in any way, and no negotiation. Like don't live your life for the other person. Follow your dreams first, then focus on relationships second.
The next thing that I wish I knew before entering my 20s is not everything deserves a yes from you. And sorry, it sounded like my cat was about to do parkour. What I mean by that is sometimes you really need to be honest with your situation and evaluate it and see if it aligns with what you can do. My best example would be like in terms of finances. So like if you aren't able to truly do something, don't think you have to it's the cat, I'm sorry. Don't think you have to do it. So you can say no to like certain friends if they're asking you to do something, or trying to go on trips, going out to eat. Like you don't always have to say yes to everything. Make sure it aligns with your situation.
I agree.
Because that will like give you peace of mind, like before, because you know when you spend too much money and then like at the end of the day you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah, that happens with me all the time.
So just be aware of your situations.
Amazon's my best friend.
Literally, Amazon sponsor her. She's always like, I got it from Amazon. Check my storefront. Ew. So the next thing I wish I would have known is always have a goal or plan in place. And the really huge key part I had put in this was because when you are constantly working toward achievement, it's not only keeping you busy, but like it builds character, it builds discipline, it builds resilience, and ultimately you get like that sense of satisfaction. So I think it's always important to be striving for something in life. Always have like the next goal. Once you check off something, all right, well, what's my next thing that I'm aiming for? Mm-hmm. It keeps you moving, and you're just adding good things to your life. And it's determination. Like you're like, it's self-control. Like even any type of goal in your life, maybe you want to save this amount of money so you can buy a house, or you want to, maybe it's like a weight loss thing. Like any type of goal is a goal. Like it can be big or small. Like you don't have to compare to others. It can be whatever you're trying to aim for yourself. That could be a sense of accomplishment. So always aiming to do something and having a plan and goal in place is like a key thing that I think everyone should strive to have.
I agree.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. One last part to that is for the determination part. When you do have that determination, it keeps you wanting more, and in a good way. It makes you put yourself on an even higher pedestal, so you can always strive to be the best version of you. That's what I also really wanted to say.
Yes, I love that. But then also I want people to keep in mind that like you do, like, just because like you're planning a goal, which is really, really important, you don't want to have like no navigation in life at all, but like always make sure like you're being present in your life at the moment too. Mm-hmm. Because people always forget that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're not happy because they're always looking for, like they're worried about their future or like the past, you know what I mean? But like they need to be focused on like the present as well. Like what can you do right now that goes like You know, what can you do right now? How can you be grateful for what you have at the present moment?
That's true.
You know, whatever.
Yeah, and it's not always like material things that you're like aiming for. I mean, just like a plan in general. Like, don't be a bum. Like,
don't be a bum.
You know, like, if you have it in your circumstance to keep aiming for something great for yourself, do it. You know, like, there's like, even if it's like planning to help your mental health, you know, like, that's a goal in itself. Or, you know, you want to like do it doesn't have to be material things is all I'm saying. It could be just anything in all aspects of your life.
Yeah, because like, why do you think that like the most successful people are still unhappy? It's because they haven't even like focused on like their mental health, like your just physical health and like your financial well-being. Like, that's like not the most important things. Like, your mental health is like,
and emotional.
It's you. Yeah. Like, people don't focus on themselves; they focus on other things. But whatever.
But yeah, so that's a really important one. Next one.
My next one is money will always come back to you. Book that ticket.
Oh, book that ticket, girl. Book it. Stay booking busy. Stay booked. Stay booked and busy, baby. It's 2023.
I always like see like videos of like older people saying, like, somebody asked them on the street, like, what's your biggest regret in life? And like somebody's like, and the guy's like, oh, I wish I would have traveled when I was younger, because like he focused so much on you know, working. I feel like America's all about like overworking yourself all the time. You don't have time for yourself. You don't have time to be creative, because you literally don't have time. You're working 40 hours a week or even more, have 2 or 3 jobs. Like, you have no time for yourself. And he wished that he like lived his life when he was young, because like when you're American, like, you have to
when you're stuck in this place.
Yeah, when you're stuck, you like work until like you're 65, and then that's when you can go live and be free. Like, what? How does that even make sense? Like, that you're 65, like, you can't even like move your bones. And like, I can move myself now. I'm booking that ticket now, because you'll never regret the experiences that you make. But like, money will always come back to you. When hasn't it? When hasn't it? It's not even that hard to make that money. Just do it. Whatever.
For some. You can't speak for everybody.
Oh yeah, I can't speak for everybody.
No.
Really,
no.
That.
Ew, no, it's true though. Like money will always find a way to come back. So like, you can't hold yourself, and the worst thing in life is regret, they say, like you said. So just do it.
Ew, Nike.
Sponsor me. Sponsor us. Us.
Ew.
It's a partnership. Co-host.
Nice doing business with you.
Close business. Thank you. Anyway.
Ew.
But that's a really good one. Especially for like people who are in relationships often when they're young. Even like out of high school, like sweethearts. Like, I get that, whatever. But sometimes you're in relationships that you know aren't supposed to be like, you're not supposed to be in that relationship, and you spend so much wasted time in a relationship when you could have been making memories, because you were stuck in, sometimes it's like toxic environments, and you're just stuck in that situation for so long, and you regret it because
you wasted so much time.
Yeah.
And sometimes people even lose friends over that.
Yeah. And it's hard to realize when it's a bad situation sometimes, because like you're comfortable. Sometimes you're comfortable and you're scared of like the future and what it's going to be like, or the heartbreak, or just like the healing process. But girl, just do it. If you're not happy, get out. Get out. And go live your life. Go live your best life and book that ticket.
Book that.
Okay, sorry. I like really liked her point, so I had to keep going. So my next point that I wish I knew before entering my 20s, it's okay not to be okay. I know, although that sounds so cliche, it is true. And something it made me think of is when you're being raised by like your elders or your parents in general, it was so pushed into your brain that like younger people had no problems. Oh, like, what could you be dealing with? What's up your what's up your alley is what I was gonna say. That makes no sense. Like, what do you have going on in your mind? You're living young and carefree. No problem.
I know, like, oh, I hate that. That's like the worst
Like,
thing you can say to people. Like, that's so invalidating.
yeah, it's
like
invalidating, and it makes you like not want to open up. Like, so like that is what it really stems from. Like when you're being raised and you're told like, what do you have that could be bothering you? So like that's a big thing. So the reason why I say it's okay not to be okay is because we really need to break out of that. You enter my 20s, I know that I need to break out of that mindset that I shouldn't have problems. Like I do. No matter what age you are, you're gonna have some type of thing that you're dealing with, and it's okay. And acknowledging your feelings, even when like you're hurt, upset, depressed, down, whatever it is, we don't have to be happy all the time. You know, like it's okay to be down sometimes. It's not going to always be highs, and don't force yourself to suppress those feelings in those low moments. You know, you just need to experience it, acknowledge it, and grow from it, and keep it pushing, but don't suppress it. It's okay not to be okay.
I like that. That was a K-drama that I watched. It was pretty good.
Oh, I think it's on Netflix, right? I should watch it.
Okay, that kind of goes hand in hand with what I was gonna say as well. I put here that we need to stop believing that just because someone has it worse than you, that means that your problems and your feelings don't matter. That's something that I like really struggled with like a lot in my life. Like I've had like family members like they would just like go through like the worst type of situations, and like I felt like I couldn't really talk about like what I was going through because it didn't matter, because somebody else, you know, has it worse and they're going through like crazy situations, but like I'm not going through as my situation is not as crazy as theirs, so like why should I even care about what I'm going through? Like I should just keep on going. But like no, that's so it's so bad to like invalidate your feelings. It literally is like torture. It's torture in your mind, and like that's why like I was really never able to open up. I never really learned how to communicate my feelings well, because I just always learned that like my feelings don't matter and someone has it worse. Yeah. So don't do that.
Yeah, that's how you like it's subconsciously invalidating yourself. So don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Next point that I have is don't force any relationships to be. And that can be platonic, or that can be romantic. That could be anything, or even family. like
You're not safe
anywhere.
Ew, that was loud.
It's okay. Be loud and proud. But now that's not to say to give up easily on certain relationships in your life. Not everything's going to be like, oh, there's going to be ups and downs, and you're a real one if you know how to stick with people through ups and downs. Now that doesn't mean hold their hand through every single thing in life and let them drag you down to the gutters.
No.
Because that's only going to like ruin you in the end too. Like there's a way to support somebody, but then there's also like detriment to you. It
becomes detrimental when they don't know how to support themselves, or they don't even try to make any type of changes or like to make their life better. Then it becomes detrimental to you, and because you're trying to help.
Yeah, you gotta, and then at that point you gotta be bold enough to like sit down with them and actually have a conversation, not just like dip on them, but like see if they are willing to grow. If not, then you gotta dip. You gotta. Like so, and a really huge thing I wanted to say was, along with not giving up easily on certain relationships, that reciprocation is necessary in all forms of relationships, and only make time for genuine and uplifting relationships, because those are the ones that are going to actually be important in your life and be adding to your life. You never want to add something that's going to subtract something from your life. You always want to keep improving your life and your circle. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be friends with someone who I know is going to just like take me back to level 1 when I'm already up at this level.
No, you know? Seriously.
And that's not to be conceited or anything. Everyone should want to have friends that are elevating them.
Yeah.
Friends, family, and anything. So if a friendship's not sticking, don't force it. Let it go.
Let it go. And I really like what you said about how like there are like feelings are not just going to be like this. It's okay to like not be, like how she said before, it's okay to not be happy all the time. That's it's like it's a feeling, and like you have to feel all of your feelings. I know it's like everyone wants to be happy all the time, but that's like really not the reality at all. And it's just like when love, I don't think is like a feeling at all. I think it's like the infatuation that like comes and goes, you know, especially when you're in a relationship long term. But like the main thing is like love is like it's an action, it's a choice that you make every single day to be with that person. It's not a feeling. If you had to rely on like you staying in love with somebody, what you're trying to say is like you want like those infatuated feelings, you know what I mean, to stay, but that's not the reality. I don't think people should just give up on a relationship when you stop feeling those infatuation feelings, because you could be going through something in life that's just like it takes your mind off the relationship, and you can't do things at once, but like you can always build up that relationship again and just make that choice to love every single day.
No, I wanted to clarify just certain things. So there is a cupcake phase, but like there is a difference between infatuation and love. I wanted to make sure there was like a separation, because it kind of in the very beginning kind of blended. Like you don't want to confuse those two things. Like sometimes you're falsely believing you are into somebody, but it's just infatuation. And you haven't really experienced what true love is at that point, because again, it's a cupcake phase. So don't be clouded.
Yeah, no, in fact, that two completely separate, different things. And like I wish more people knew that, because they don't know the difference between the two. And so I don't know, I just wish they did. Yeah, they'll find out.
All right, next point. What do you have to say?
So my next it was give yourself grace. So I spent like way too much time like blaming myself for the way that certain situations have played out. I always like thought it was like my fault. I was always like nitpicking and like pinpointing like what was wrong with me and like my flaws, and like although it's like good to do that when situations end, it's good to like figure out like where you went wrong, but like you shouldn't put the blame completely like on yourself, because that's not really how the world works. It's not like just one person's fault. Sometimes it can be. Just kidding. Let me take that.
No, some people are terrible.
Oh yeah, some people are motherfucking
awful. Well, not you. We love you.
Aww.
But not them.
Yeah, not them. Sorry. You're out.
You're done.
I always like kept on like beating myself up and saying like I wish I knew then like what I know now. Because then like maybe I could have like prevented the situation in some way. But like
you can only control so much.
Yeah, you can only control. Yeah, you can only control so much.
It's true.
Like the weight of the situation is not all on you, and like you always have to remember that like you did the best you could during that time with the knowledge that you had. Even though like I know a lot more than I did in the past, it's just like riding a bike. Like you don't just automatically learn how to ride a bike. You have to learn and practice, then you become like an expert.
Actually, I'm gonna break you there.
Ew, did you learn how to ride a bike immediately?
Your girl jumped on a bike and took off down the hill. It was a hill called like the Devil's Drop, and I took off, and I definitely like, I'm sure I broke something, but like I was like 6, so I jumped on that bike. I said, "Let's go, baby."
Okay, besides her.
But the thing is, I actually didn't really write it correctly. I ended up
okay, so then what the hell?
So that's proof that you shouldn't just think you're gonna know how to do everything.
Exactly, and that goes for relationships too, because like you don't automatically know how to be like in a relationship. Like you don't know how to love somebody correctly. Like especially if you've never done it before, or if you haven't had like the great role models in your life or like your family, you don't really know what love is. You have to learn through like experiences how to love somebody. So I think people need to like give themselves a break sometimes, because we always beat ourselves up. We're like our own worst critic, and it's just so detrimental to your health.
It is. Period. You said that very well.
Wow.
So the next thing that I wish I would have known before into my 20s is traumatic events in your life don't define you nor control your future. I think so many people experience things in life, terrible things, sad things, tragic things, and it often can hold you back. And it's okay to feel those feelings. Obviously, you have to like heal, you have to mourn, you have to, experience those emotions in that moment. But it does not define you, and there's always room to move forward. You don't have to ignore what happened or try to like forget it happened, because a lot of those things you can't forget. They're stuck with you. They're stuck with you for life.
Ew.
So just learning to live with them and keep moving forward, because there's, as I say, like the light at the end of the tunnel, there's always going to be a light at the end. But allow yourself the grace to move forward and still be the best version of you, even though you've experienced terrible, traumatic things.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I wanted to say.
She got it, guys.
If I had known that before entering my 20s, I mean, I'm still young, so like not, again, oh no, I was about to say not that many bad things have happened to me. And that's exactly what you said not to do. But like, even though I'm still young, like it's good that I'm realizing these things now. So.
Yeah, so like I don't want people to be like, oh, why are they doing like 20 things we wish we knew when we're still in our 20s. Listen
up.
We've learned so far, so we're talking about it.
You know, 20 years is a long time.
Ew.
It's a long time. And actually, you know what?
Hello?
Sorry, I just like when someone. No one. No one. Oh, let's keep it pushing. Next one.
She's crazy. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So my next one is to do it scared, because people usually like stay, stuck at a job or like stuck in places or situations that they don't want to be in. They're always wishing for like a way out and for a new life, but they don't do it because they're so stuck in their situation. Like they're comfortable in their current situation, and so staying in situations because like you're familiar is like a way to self-sabotage, and years later you're gonna regret like not taking the risk that you should have, because it may be too late. You're young.
You're young. Yeah.
Live your life, but like seriously, do it scared. Like if you are like afraid to like solo travel, just do it, because like you can't always wait for like other people. People have their own things going on in their lives. Nobody's going to just like be available to travel when you're available. And I think it's good. I feel like you learn more about like yourself, especially when you solo travel or like when you do things alone, do things scared. I think good things start to happen to you when you make changes in your life that are like completely uncomfortable. So that's when like good starts to happen.
Yeah, period.
Whatever.
I had seen this quote and it said something about like comfortability is the enemy of achievement. And it's true. Not even only an achievement, but in the areas of experience. Like she said, when you don't step outside of that box that you're comfortable in, you're missing out on a whole world of opportunities, experiences, and just
people,
life. Cultures.
Oh my god.
If I stayed stuck in this America, oh my god.
Why would anybody want that?
I think that's going to definitely digress. I had this thought of when I was way younger. This isn't me even before entering my 20s. No. This isn't me after entering my 20s. I had this thought when I was like 14, 15, 16. The idea of America is so great. Like everyone wants this American dream. Like on the outside looking into America, like, oh my gosh, I need it. That's where I need to land. Being here in America, I'm like, why would anyone want to come here? Like I was like, there's so many other cultures and things to really experience. Like I feel like you learn so much more when you're in the environment. Like there's only so much a textbook can teach you. And America is so, even in the school curriculum, like we are only fixed to certain things to learn about history.
Oh, yeah. Like
you have to learn about World War I, World War II. Like it's important things to learn. But like there was this, I don't know what the travel package is, but there's like a whole education thing where you go and you go to these sites like the Colosseum in Rome. You get to go to all these other historic sites and you actually learn in person. So America's not that great. I don't know why people think it's an American dream. Not to bash or anything. I just think that whole perspective of people looking into America, I'm like, wow, you really do think it's an American dream, when really like the people in America are like, we want to get out. Like
it's true. But then also like I was speaking to like one of my friends, he's from Nigeria, and obviously like in certain countries, like there are like third world countries that do have it like a lot worse, and like being in America is like the best thing for them, but like that doesn't go to show that like America's like the best just for third world countries. I mean, there's a lot of places like in the world that like people need to explore that have like a different way of living that isn't focused on like hustle culture. I just don't want to like invalidate saying that like other countries, when people from other countries have moved to America, that their life did not get better.
Right. No,
you know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Like
there
the
is
grass is always greener.
Right. There is an opportunity here that most countries don't get. But the biggest thing I was just saying is like the perspective. Like I really like growing up, I was like, wow, many countries like have the perspective of America being so great until like they really get here, and they're like, my boyfriend was telling me like when I came here, the first thing my family was like, your guys' flowers stink. And he said like he said there was never a flower back in his home country that didn't smell beautiful. He said that the food like you see in the food, like, it makes you feel, like, sick sometimes. Like, there's a recall right now going on. Frozen fruit! What did you do to it?
There was listeria in it.
Like, yeah, it's leading to, like, hepatitis A or something. Or B. Or C, D, F, G. Like, they're trying to kill us here.
No, seriously.
Get out.
It's so true, though. Like, it is, like, I'm not trying to, like, say, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say.
We're not trying to be too down on being here in America. It's just there's certain things anywhere in life that's going to be like, why would they want to come here? Like any person's gonna be like in their situation, be like, why do you want to do that?
Why do you think we're fat? We're just like WALL-E. No, seriously, like that movie WALL-E is so real. Like that's literally us.
It just for me again, it was just the perspective. I found it so crazy. It's really just the perspective, like of people wanting to come here.
I shouldn't say that.
It's your opinion. That's your opinion.
Ew.
Okay, let's keep going. That's just so funny.
I need to put in my password.
Yeah. If you don't agree with us in terms of like how you view like wanting to be here, let us know.
Yeah.
Like, give us your perspective.
We're getting out of here. Oh, sorry. Okay. The next one. What was it again? Oh yeah. The next one I have is don't be afraid to fail. Failing is a part of life. When you're learning, you don't automatically get things right immediately. You fail and you keep on going until you become the best. Mm-hmm. And failing just means that you're just one step further towards your goal. Yep. So people are afraid to like try new things because they think, oh my God, I'm not going to be good at this. Mm-hmm. Duh! Of course you're not going to be good at it at first.
It's your first time. As Aaliyah says, the song, the artist, R.I.P., if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself up and try again. Okay. Dust yourself up and try again. I'm not actually singing for real.
Come on.
No!
America's Got Talent.
Go home. I would get 3 X's. Simon Cowell would be like, do you have a different song? I would say, no. I'll go home. Okay, my next one is
crazy.
Stop trying to please everyone. Someone will always have something negative to say. And guess what? That's not your business. Like, mind yours and keep it pushing. That's literally like my
mind yours and keep it pushing.
Exactly. Like that's what you have to do because there's always gonna be someone that has to say something.
I know.
And it's not your job to appease them. And honestly, you can't make everyone happy, so just focus on you. And there's gonna be a surmount. That's a word. Is that a word? Surmount?
Yeah, surmount.
Of people encouraging you, supporting you, and being your cheerleader. You don't need to worry about the few in the back of the bus. They're in the back of the bus for a reason.
And we're in the front this time.
Harriet
Tubman. Wait,
Harriet Tubman.
No, sorry. Rosa Parks. No.
Yeah, so
wait, I have something to say about that too. Wait, keep going, sorry.
No, that's all I was gonna say. Like,
wait,
again,
what was the sentence?
They're in the back of the bus.
No, before that.
Oh, I was saying that you can't make everyone happy, so focus on you.
Damn.
No, I said damn.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Early dementia.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with me.
It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you.
Wait, what was
It's okay to forget.
What was it?
I'm gonna validate you right now.
Validate me. Wait, let me say something. Oops. Okay, wait, no. What was the full, like, this first sentence?
Said, stop trying to please everyone. Someone will always have something to say. Negative to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was gonna say, like, when people are, like, negative towards you and, like, what you're doing in life, like, it's literally just a projection of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No. Keep going.
Okay, delete that tonight. What was I talking about?
Yeah. Projection.
It's literally a projection of themselves. Mm-hmm. Like, some people, like, that's... like when you start to become like yourself or like more elevated, people like look down on that because like they wish themselves that they could like be themselves because they can't. So then they like they push their negativity on like other people because they're just, you know, crazy.
It's them, not you.
Yeah. Ignore.
Remember that.
First of all, you don't even know who these people are. Well, I mean, sometimes you do know who these people are. There's always, especially like people like in like your close circle, they're gonna like push their negativity onto you because they wish they could have done what you were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they don't.
Just like when I say post your content, a lot of people want to be posting content, and I know the biggest reason that they're not is because they're afraid of what other people around them are gonna say. It's the people in your hometown.
But afraid of being embarrassed and like,
yeah, who cares? And I feel like you're actually I won't get into that.
oh, okay, whatever.
But yeah, that's my point. Focus on you. That's all you can do. I'm Dr. Seuss.
Sorry.
That was rhyming. We have straight bores.
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 Bore. Not in the mic.
Next point.
I don't really like this one. Oh, but I'll say it anyway. Maybe. Leave that job. I mean, that's like that goes hand in hand with like what I was saying before. Like, do it scared. But like,
that's okay.
But
it makes sense. I feel like so many people stay stuck in certain like employment situations just because they're trying to make ends meet. But there's always a new opportunity that can come.
If you're like always so overwhelmed and like stressed out all the time, and sometimes people don't even have the capabilities to even like leave that job. They have to like feed their families and stuff.
Right.
Obviously, like stay, but if you can find another job before you leave that one in that situation. But if you actually like are privileged enough to leave a place so that you can focus on like your mental health, I think that's really important, because sometimes people will like just reach their breaking points and like they can't handle it anymore, and like I feel like that's valid. Like you shouldn't have to feel like you are overworking yourself and everything is like so overbearing and like you just can't. I'm not saying just to quit your
just quit. Don't do that.
I mean, yeah, just quit.
You can. Yeah.
I mean, if it works for you.
Yeah, if it works in your situation to do that, then do it. Like, don't ever stay stuck somewhere because it's, again, just detrimental to you. Something that I wanted to say is often employers will take advantage of their employees because you're allowing them. You're too comfortable with allowing certain things happen. If it's above your pay grade, why are you doing it? You're not doing work for free. That's not to be like a mentality like I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to achieve. Like, I'm not going to go above and beyond. No, you can go above and beyond in your work ethic. But, like, when you're doing something that's outside your pay grade. Like, if you're not supposed to be a trainer and you're, like, doing onboarding for employees and that's not in your job description, you should be getting, like, that's something that you should be getting paid for. That's an example, okay? But, like, when you're being overworked. So don't allow yourself to be taken advantage in the workplace because, no. And if they don't respect that, if you bring it to them once, they don't respect it, maybe give them like some time. Maybe they'll reevaluate. Be like, okay, no, I need to like raise her pay or like, you know, compensate for your work. If they don't do it a second time, get out. Leave that job because it's only gonna make you unhappy.
No, seriously, like know your worth. I've done that in like my first job actually. Like I was doing like manager type work, like in the mornings, and me and like this other coworker, like because there's only two of us doing it because first of all they got rid of that position, in whole, so they were trying to make like people like
pick up
for like that Slack, whatever. So like me and her like went in there and like I think she was afraid to say it, but I said it. I was like, we need to be compensated for like what we're doing, or else we're not going to do it anymore. And they did. They gave me some more money.
See, that's a prime example. Just ask. The worst. My sister always would tell me the worst thing they can say is no. And guess what? If they say no,
you're out of there. What are we gonna do now?
Exactly. They're stuck. It's their loss.
It really is.
Their loss, your win, you did.
And jobs literally can replace you in like a split second. So like, and also don't even put in your 2 weeks. Sorry,
that's a little extreme.
Maybe I shouldn't say that. Okay, don't take my advice on that.
Actually, you know, it depends because if you're getting harassment and like a bad situation, and then you're trying to leave, then you don't owe them anything unless it's in their contract. Like
they can fire you on the spot.
Yeah,
but like you have to wait 2 weeks before you can leave.
Like
see ya, I'm out of here.
Obviously, when you respect your employer and like it's a good situation, you know that you're gonna be leaving. 2 weeks makes sense. But like if it's a bad situation,
See ya.
You don't owe them nothing.
Skedaddle.
But yeah, okay. Sorry. Like, that was a string
to the heart.
Plucked a string on my heart. Because that happened to my last employer. I never really said it because like it's such a good relationship, but like I was the only person that could fill this specific role. Like they couldn't hire another person, which actually no, it's not that they couldn't. They wouldn't. Mm-hmm. And I would always say, like, I think that there could be someone else, like an assistant to me. And there was one time that I was sick, and there's no one to be there to fill my role because it was just me. Mm-hmm. And my employer texted me and said, well, can you at least come between these 3 hours? When I called out sick. Like, I was ill. And they were like, well, can you at least? What do you mean, can I at least? How about, can I at least not die?
Like, can I get better first?
Like, can I heal? And it was like, can I heal? Can I? Like, it was just the mentality of, well, can you at least do this? I was like, no, I can't. I won't.
Sorry.
Like, you need to respect your employees because when you do, they will respect you. Mm-hmm. So if you're not getting that reciprocation, you can't leave.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's all.
No, I agree.
Next point. I think that's actually me.
Yeah.
Sorry. I went on a tangent. You know that we love our mathematics. My next point is find peace and happiness within yourself before bringing others into your life. We already kind of talked about that, so we won't really linger on that. I just wanted to say it again. It's so important because, you know, as she had said, if not, it just leads to projection. And you're hurting others, hurting yourself because you weren't ready. Because actually, you know what? People need to be okay with being single. Oh, you don't have to be in a relationship. Although it's like in our innate nature. Actually, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but my belief is it's in everyone's innate nature to want to be a companion to somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't always happen immediately, and you shouldn't force the timetable. Mm-hmm. So allow that time to like really be comfortable with you and like accepting yourself and loving yourself. This is gonna lead into my next point after you, but like, yeah, just love yourself, okay? It's not that, it is hard actually. I can't say it's not that hard. It's hard, but you have to take the time before involving anyone else.
Yes.
That's it. Next point.
Okay. Stop comparing yourself to others. I think like with social media, we always see people our age with like extreme success, and like we start to compare our life to theirs, and we believe that we're failing in life. But like that's not the case. Like we're doing the best that we can, like with what we're given. Mm-hmm. We shouldn't just like compare like what we see online because like we don't know like what they're doing to like get to that place or like what they have done. Mm-hmm. Like we need to focus on, you know,
what we can control.
Yeah, what we can control and like focus on like ourselves. Like we're gonna get there. We just need to keep on trying and like don't give up. If you have a goal in mind, like she said, like you're gonna get there. It just takes time. Don't force it. Don't upset yourself over someone else's achievements.
Along with that, especially with social media, you don't know what they're hiding.
Yeah,
like they could be lying about certain things, and then like you're striving to attain a lie that they're not even truly living. Like. So always like stay in your own lane. That's what my sister would always say to me. Like growing up, just to focus on what's in front of me in my lane. Once I start veering off into someone else's, I'm forgetting about the traffic in my own. So like just stick to yourself, and you know, like I told you, like forgot what I was gonna say. Like jumped out.
I was just looking for it.
I was like. Got it. Pretty much just focus on yourself because at the end of the day, it's your life. You can't live someone else's life. It's sometimes often a facade, like I've said in the past. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
I agree with that. 100%.
100%. Croissant. I like that. Croissant. Sorry.
Ew.
That came into my heart. It almost made me drop my croissant. Sorry. Okay, my turn. So, my last point, I'm sure I might have gone over 10. If not, this is my very last point. Before entering my 20s, I wish I knew loving yourself is not selfish. And I really want that to sink in for some people. It's often when other people comment on it and say like, oh, you're so into yourself, it's often like them projecting. Like we've said, they wish that they had the confidence that you had. Like they wish they had the emotional acceptance of where you're at in your life, but they're not. They need to work on themselves. It's their problem, not yours. So learning that it's okay to love yourself. You know, as I said, you need to be able to look in the mirror and truly love what you see and grow to love who you see. Like, it's not going to happen overnight. Like, obviously, some people, like, really have an issue with themselves. They do. Mm-hmm. And the only thing you can do is grow and, like, learn to accept it. I feel like we need to also learn to develop a sense of appreciation of who we are. A really good mindset is you've gotten yourself to this point in life, and even just appreciating, like, saying thank you to your body for getting you here. Like, I'm thinking, like, oh my gosh, I'm so thankful. Like, I have legs to walk to the door. Like, my legs, sorry, this is an example. Like, oh my gosh, my legs got me here. You know?
Yeah.
Like, or even, like, my car. Like, oh wow, I'm so grateful. Like, even if it's not the best car that I have, like,
oh no.
Her car, oh my God, got stolen.
Sorry.
This is why you gotta stay in your own lane. Like, for me, I'm like, wow, I'm so glad this isn't the best car, but my car got me to the grocery store. My car got me to work. Like, just loving your situation, loving yourself, and appreciating what you have, and like we've said, not comparing yourself to others. I love you. Like, if you need a ride, I'll give you a ride. Don't even need gas money. I got you.
No, I would always give you guys. You got me all over my stuff.
But like that's my last point. Really, just learning to love yourself. It's not selfish. Okay, just love you.
Love you.
Love you.
And okay, sorry, I have one more.
Yep. Oh, that was my last one. To wrap it up, what does Brown Sugar Sesh have to say?
Leave at the first red flag. Mm-hmm. That's so important because, like, the reason why you guys break up in the end is because of the same red flags that you ignored in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And stop accepting the bare minimum and thinking that they will change in time. You need to respect your boundaries. Mm-hmm. And so you're always going to experience, like, less heartbreak and heartache in your life the sooner you're able to cut people off after the first sign of destruction. Mm-hmm. So people only change when, like, they want to, and, like, there's gonna be, like, even more red flags in the future. So, like, why? I know I saw this woman, like, she was saying that, like, she's never really experienced, like, a complete, like, heartache because she never, like, allowed herself to get to that point of being disrespected, like, over and over again. You know what I mean? She knew what she was worth, and she respected herself enough to cut the people off, and that saved her, like, that heartache and heartbreak. You know, so, like, nobody's perfect. You need to stop giving chances to people who don't do the same for you, because if they were in your situation, they would cut you off immediately.
Yeah. And don't let people, like, I'm not gonna say this, don't let people trick you into staying. Often people will provide certain things, and you are like, well, say, like, you live with them, like, oh my God, what am I gonna do when I move out? That's a hard one, because, like, you might not be in a situation to move out, but, like, just certain things, like, they might try to, like, bribe you into staying. And, like, I guess they call it, like, love bombing, but, like, don't allow yourself to be clouded and tricked into, like, a relationship. Sometimes you really do need to leave it. It'll be the best thing for you, and you'll feel an immediate elevation. It's like a weight lifted off your shoulders. And yeah, I just want to make sure.
No, like, that's
leaving at the first red flag. Yeah. Especially when it's red. Like, it's okay. Like, not every little problem is a red flag. Like, you'll know when, like, there's key major things.
Yeah.
When those happen, you need to leave. You need to leave. But yeah, I really agree with that one.
Yeah, me too.
So that's a wrap, guys. I mean, that was all of our points. If you agree with those, let us know. If you have more that you want to share with us, comment. Because I'm pretty sure I'll agree with you, because
yeah, I need
we're
to
all
know.
learning from each
still
other.
need to learn. I need more pointers. So, like, definitely comment down below and share this video if you can.
If you want, give us some exposure. We love doing this. We're already on episode 6. Oh, period. We're doing the thing. We are really being, like, active and consistent. Sorry.
Yeah, well, that too.
Both. So I love doing this.
Me too. It's fun. You guys should try sometime.
Get a podcast. We might actually try to get a episode on Spotify.
Yeah.
Or we want to work our way to podcasts, like the app. Podcast app, Apple Store.
Apples.
If so, we'll link it down below whenever we do. Go follow our Instagram, which is this. And give us a like, a follow, subscribe, whatever.
All that jazz.
Yeah, we really would appreciate it. We'll see you next week, Sunday.
We'll see you next time.
Our drink's almost done, but swirl, swirl, swirl.
Clink, clink,
Clink,
clink.
Mmm. Delicioso. All right, guys. Bye.